Hey guys, John Loxley here, back with, well, a non-blind playthrough of the original Contra for NES. This is a bit of a palate cleanser between Undertale and, admittedly, I did start the Eternal Daughter playthrough back in August, but I forgot to publish it, and then there was some other issues in between then and now. So we'll go ahead and do this one. I'm not super great at this, but I did put in the Konami code, so that is key. Now this is a really great game. If you've never played it, it's worth a play. I've played it a lot, and so, you know, as a kid, this was ridiculously hard. But now, as an adult, or maybe someone with more experience, it's not the most difficult thing in the world. Oh, good. Oh, no! Alright, so if you've never played Contra, it's basically a side-scroller shoot-'em-up. A run and gun, if that's the correct... Oh, crap. Yeah, that's... I don't know, I think it still looks good because the sprites give it a certain kind of charm. And, you know, a bunch of different types of weapons. You start out with your regular gun, and then, oh crap, I shouldn't have done, oh no, that's fine, okay. And you can get all sorts of different weapons throughout the game. You know, Spread is the most popular and well-known. I don't remember which of these is bad and which is good. One of those gives you the laser, which is actually really powerful, but you can only shoot one at a time, and if you try to shoot another one, it resets your shot. So it's actually not bad. I'll probably pick it up at a later part in the playthrough, but not anytime soon, I hope. Now, Contra, I believe, was may not have been the first game to use the Konami code. I think that was Gradius. If I remember right, it was Gradius, because the developer of the game thought it was too hard, which is hilarious, so he put it in as a way to playtest the later stages. That's the first level. But in a lot of Konami games, it has been used to give extra lives or power-ups or some other bonus during the gameplay. And so we're just gonna go through. If you haven't played it, you might be able to get it digitally somehow. I'm not gonna say how. You know, emulation is frowned upon on platforms like Twitch, I believe. And in all likelihood with the, you know, speech analysis stuff that Google will be doing. I mean, they're already doing it, but they'll probably be doing more enforcement. It wouldn't surprise me if people that, you know, claim to... See, that was stupid. I was trying to shoot this thing. Trying to shoot the turret. I should have just shot this thing right in the middle on the bottom. But I didn't. But yeah, if you say it's not legit, then, you know, bad things might happen in the future, right? Things like, you know, spamming emotes or other certain words in chat, or apparently even saying stuff like using some sort of program on your web browser that does something to advertising may remove your account, which is kind of messed up, but that's how it is. So just be careful. And if you do find this game interesting, then by all means... Yeah, see, grenades. Not super great. Not super great, those grenades. I'll take fire. But, you know, if you find a way to play this digitally, for example, then I recommend doing so, because it is a lot of fun. It can be really frustrating until you learn what you're supposed to be doing. And it's just one of those things where you just eventually just keep playing it until you succeed, right? Now I have the fire weapon right now, which is not great. It fires in this weird... I don't even know what shape that is. It spins around. But it does a lot of damage. So it's good for that. And it's got a wide... See, that I probably shouldn't have stood there and let it shoot me. Now, you can play as two-player. It's fun. But one of the bad things about two-player is if you or your buddy dies, you can actually steal lives from the other player to come back. And depending on whether you're good or not, that can really suck if your partner is not so great. But, you know, that is teamwork. Okay, let me shoot this thing. Fire. Well, alright. By the way, the symbol is a red falcon. That's the enemy in the game. Okay, let's grab the laser, I suppose. Or not. Oh, hey, I got an extra life. Get shot. I don't want the laser. I will show it to you guys at some point, but yeah, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Maybe it's the pressure. It's the pressure. Speedrunners of this game are amazing, by the way. I'm not one of those. Alright, so we have rapid fire or bionic. And B is just, you know, it's invincibility, basically. And rapid fire just speeds up your weapon, whatever it is. Right now we have the standard gun. And, yeah. Now, it's still kind of interesting, the game. I mean, it's, I'd like to shoot that dude, but I can't at the moment. Mother trucker! And there you go. I was holding right while I fell down, and I fell right into a pit. And died there a little bit. So, yeah, I'm not doing so hot this time around. To be fair, you know, I mean, it's been a while since I've played, but also, you can, oh yeah, I knew as soon as I jumped, I'm like, I'm gonna get shot. So, you know, but it's an interesting game. It's one of the earliest, possibly, that combined top-down stages with side-scrolling, you know, kind of innovative. Like true innovation, not innovation for innovation's sake, right? Now, something else. Shoot! Shoot the thing! Now, something else that's kind of interesting about this game is it doesn't... It kind of rips off Aliens. Like, a lot. So the boss is basically dead right now. Now all you do is stand right here, shoot the corner of his mouth when he opens it, and you're good to go. Of course, if I didn't suck at this game, I'd be doing a lot better, but there you have it. No, so it basically rips off Aliens, the movie Aliens. You can see the box below me here. It heavily inspired. And Konami... Yeah, I was gonna say Konami did Metal Gear as well, which literally its cover art for the original Metal Gear was a traced screenshot of Michael Biehn, or Bane, however you say it, from the original Terminator movie. They got away with a lot of stuff back then. But Yeah, so this game kind of alternates, you know, the side-scrolling and then the I don't even know what perspective you call this. Alternates the side-scrolling and the forward, third person. I guess this was one of the first third-person shooters. There you go. And, you know, it's just shoot. Just shoot and then duck. And keep shooting and keep ducking. Oh, there's Manny. I mean, you know. Okay, laser it is. So your best bet is just hold the button down, because if you try and shoot, you can see it's just kind of hanging out in front of my thing. You're only allowed one bullet. It resets its position whenever you fire it. Or I should say just erases the last one, because you're only allowed one. And I'm shooting right between them. That's not the greatest. Now this game is pretty hard. I mean, well, I definitely wouldn't be doing as well as I am, and I'm not even doing that well, to be blunt. I mean, you know, you can see speedruns rapid, we'll take it. Laser's really powerful. I think the average speedrun is 10 minutes, give or take. So, yeah. But honestly, it's kind of amazing how inspiring the movie Aliens was. I mean, the whole Contra series basically came from it. Fire. Nah, I'm good. Maybe I'll have to take it. I was really thinking that thing might hit me. But Aliens, you know, Metroid came from it, Contra came from it. Ah, man, that was not great. I mean, you know, you could just shoot the middle. But what fun is that, right? I mean, it would probably save me a lot of lives. What am I at right now? Yeah, I mean, the plan is to beat the game, but, you know, I'm not great at... Yeah, that's... You gotta watch out for those mother truckers right there. Also, this kind of follows the form... Those guys really look like stormtroopers. Whoa! Now you have to basically kill this boss by shooting it in the face when the two halves are... There you go. When the two halves are together. And it doesn't take much to kill them, it's just the bubbles are very... You know, they can be very difficult to avoid. There you go, another life. Whoa, see, like that one, for example. Oh, we... That was a little disappointing. A little disappointing. I was hoping that... There you go. And then we'll see how many lives I have. I bet we'll wager 19. We'll say 19. 22. Alright, that's not terrible. Stage 5, Snowfield. I think we're at the halfway point. Now, this is still... Ah, crap. Still in the mindset of... the, like the quarter muncher philosophy, right? Where it's like you have a set amount of lives, and then you know, you get through as best you can. Because it's like, you know, it's the arcade mentality. But, you know, Rapid, yes. Machine gun, pretty awesome. It's, I think, the only gun, or the only weapon that you can just hold the trigger down and just fire. I just have to be a little careful because my, oh, this is gonna be bad! Whoa, that's... alright. I'll take that. Okay. And that's... kill everything on the screen. It only shows up a couple times. Oh my gosh, why did I do that? I was like, no, I'm gonna get shot, back to the left, and then I died. So, we're... This is... probably one of the worst parts in the game. You basically go all the way to the left, just tap to the right so you don't get shot, and then shoot as fast as you can and hope to kill that thing. And don't blow your wrist out. That's the key. You do that thing twice. Now, if you have a turbo controller or something that makes it easier, I'm not going to say whether I have one or not. Die! It gets really close sometimes. And that's, you know, part of the problem is the enemies just appear out of nowhere a lot of the time. You know, they just show up. I'll take laser. You know, the screen is semi-small, and they just show up just on the right, and usually as soon as you see them, they fire. Alright, boss time? Yeah, I knew I was gonna get toasted there because you're... Okay, well... Because the laser doesn't fire fast enough. Energy zone. Maybe one of the worst areas in the game. Great music, but man, oh no! All right, that's fine. So I think the original Nintendo had problems with slowdown. Something about rendering. I mean, the Super Nintendo did as well. Rendering too many sprites at once or too many moving little bits. Laser. There you go. There's your reward. Can I get through this one? I don't remember. Whoa! Come on, you. Yeah. So, a lot of these things... Get through! Yeah. They're pretty cheap. Pretty cheap. There are ways... I mean, you have to be... If you're good, you can get past them. But I'm not good. And if you hold down and jump, you'll jump through the floor or, you know, fall. Alright. Bionic! Alright. Invincibility for... I don't even know how many seconds, but it also kills anything you touch. So it's important to just run. Just run. And I'm sure it's about to give out now. Yeah, there you go. But you'll also notice, like, the bosses aren't anything super... You know, super amazing. Like, this is just a dude. He's just a giant or a cyclops or something like that. But this, I mean, you know, it was clearly, you know, we're a shirtless dude. It's not just inspired by aliens. It's also inspired by, you know, any of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, like the action movies in the 80s and 90s. You know, Predator, stuff like that. All those were heavily inspirational. Fire. I don't know if I want fire. Well, okay. I wondered... Okay, that doesn't help either. You can actually jump and stand on top of those things. But, you know, it was going up when I was standing on it, so I died. And then I jumped and I didn't make it. And I rubbed against the spikes and I died again. So that doesn't help. Spikes hurt. Hello, friend. That was close. Yeah, and it's I mean, imagine doing this with 3 lives. You just have to be really, really good. You have to play it a lot. A lot of it is just straight up memorization. Bionic. Yeah, alright. Which, you know, I mean, so back in the day, your Nintendo games like this cost, well, what, $50? Something like that, maybe more. They were really pricey. And, I mean, you know, speedrunners beat this in 10 minutes. So, typically the whole Nintendo hard, right, comes from the fact that they needed to basically pad their games out. You know, so you have, like, coin arcade-style games like this, where you just have to be really good and just learn the game over and over. Because, like that guy just appears and then he shoots. It's super cheap. Super cheap. And so you have to remember. And you have to play repeatedly. So crap. And I ran into the explosion there, which is not the greatest. And yeah, so that's kind of bullshit. You could die really easily, and you can die a lot. Well, got a life, and then I died. So there is that. Right, and like this boss, just a door. It's just a door. But realistically, this is, I mean, you know, that's kind of how it would be. Because according to the story, at least, Red Falcon has besieged countries and stuff, right? And then you get in here and you find out... Ah, shit, I'm dead. Oh, crap. You basically find out the Red Falcon is an alien. You know, so you just shoot this thing. I think, I played Contra 4 for the DS, and it is, there's like challenges, and some of them are accuracy, like only use a certain number of bullets or miss a certain number of shots, or that was not great. Could have yeah, that was spread. Now each bullet counts. So with spread, if an enemy is bigger, you just wail on them. This is why spread is like the best weapon. Oh, I'm surprised I made that jump. I usually don't. Because you just jump. I mean, because enemies are everywhere, so you have to hit in a wide pattern. And we are basically at the final boss. And yes, those are clearly face huggers. We're just gonna see if we can take this thing out before we get there. And there you go, final boss is a heart. You shoot the egg pods. I mean, you don't have to, but it certainly makes it easier. And then you just run up and hopefully not die, but you know. And there it is. It's defeated. And it's, you know, it beats faster as you damage it more and more. There you go. It's just a molten crater. Congratulations, you've destroyed the vile Red Falcon and saved the universe. Consider yourself a hero. And it only took 20 lives to do it. Basically. Now, the reason I wanted to do this is because back in the day, original Nintendo style, and even Super Nintendo, right? I mean, Konami was one of the best Nintendo publishers, right? They had all sorts of amazing games. Like most franchises, well, I mean, most of them are dead now. The franchises, I mean, but you know, Contra was hugely well known and popular. Castlevania, Gradius, yeah, I mean, just all these really influential series. You know, Silent Hill was done by Konami. Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear. It started as Metal Gear and then it became Metal Gear Solid, but yeah, these hugely influential, you know, games. And that's why it's so tragic that now they're into pachinko. I mean, I have a theory they're owned by Yakuza, but who knows, right? And then you start the game over again. Wait, let's I gotta phase in first. There we go. So I'm just you know, kind of like a in memoriam for this series, right? I think they actually just released a new Contra like a few months ago. But like, because I watched a Jim Sterling video about it, and you know, I don't agree with everything he says. I have some complaints, but by and large, I think he's the most user based advocate, if that's what you want to say. You know, a consumer advocate for, you know, gamers, right? And apparently a fan of Contra as well, which is good. But the new Contra was just like the same 3 levels repeated over and over again, like a cash grab or something. So, you know, rest in peace, Konami. Your games will be missed, and this is one of the great ones. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. I can't talk. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you haven't played Contra, I mean, you know, it took us about 30 minutes. Wow, that is really loud. That motorcycle is really loud. Took us about 30 minutes because I'm kind of not great, but it can be done in like 10, maybe 15 minutes. I don't know. It's when you're good at it, you can just plow right through. But getting good is the challenge. So I would recommend trying it out. You can find it digitally somewhere, I'm sure. or I think it's probably on the Switch, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what's on their digital storefront, but it's always like $5 or something ridiculous. So, but yeah, this is what Konami is capable of, or used to be. Now it's just pachinko machines. So, anyway, what is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, it's actually the antipasto salad that I made earlier, which, I made like a big bowl. So it was lunch today, it's gonna be dinner, and it's really good. I'm gonna bring it, or I'm gonna make a new one and bring it to the potluck we're having in a couple days. And should be really good. It's if you're interested, it's basically spinach, and then I have marinated artichoke hearts. You can get them by the can. Put those in there. Cherry tomatoes. Some I don't remember what type of olives, but there's like halved olives, and they're the purplish looking ones. So put those in there. Get some get like a salami, like an actual thing of salami, and dice it or cube it or whatever. Put that in there. Get some Colby Jack cheese. Dice that up, cube it, whichever. Put that in there as well. I have what else? Oh, roasted red peppers. They come in the can or the jar, whatever. Just grab one of those, dice that, throw that in there, and a nice balsamic vinaigrette dressing. And it turns out really well, but you want a lot of meat in there. In the end, it ends up becoming like half spinach. I wanted like a spring mix or something with like some chard and arugula and stuff in it, but that was all sold out, or it was just organic, which was like way more than I was looking to spend. But so like half of that, and then the other half is just all these extras that you're putting in. And it makes a really, really hearty salad. It's a meal. It's an entree. It's not a side dish. So that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully your guys is just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. I'm going to drink more of this coffee. And then I hope to see you next time. Until then, guys, take care.